Hi everybody, we want to take a look at the very basics of creating a mandala. Mandala, the word is a Sanskrit word that actually means circle, and we typically draw a circle and we create a repeating pattern around the circle and we do different layers. So one of the easy ones to do is with 6 lines, or you could double that and do 12. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now we typically want to find the center of our paper. We could use a ruler. So this is 12 inches across. I'll find 6 inches, and then it's 9 inches going up and down, so I'll find half of that, and here we have the middle. Now we're going to put our compass down and we're going to create a circle. Really, you could make the circle as large as you can fit on the paper. And you're going to draw that circle. And the thing about drawing a circle is when you use a compass, 6 circles will fit around it. So we could use that to make 6 even markings. So I'm going to find the top of my paper. I like using a ruler. And more or less the top is right here. So I'm going to put the compass there. And I'm going to make a marking on this side, and I'll swing it across and do the same on the other side. Then I'm going to go to that marking and put my compass point there and make another one, and then repeat that around, and it'll happen 6 times. So now we have 6 even marks, and we can use our ruler to connect them. But before we do that, we want to make 2 more, or 1 more layer. So we're going to cut in half the spot from here to here. We're going to do a bisector. So we place the point of the compass on one side, and you have to go past the middle to do this. Then we're going to take the compass point and go to the other side and repeat that. And we're going to have 2 spots here where the arcs or the curves intersect, here and here. And I'm going to take my ruler and line it up there. And that's going to find the center in between those 2 points. So now I found the middle of these 2 points. It'll be right here. Next, I'm going to put my compass back to the starting middle point. You could usually see it. You can see the little indentation from the point. Sometimes, especially if you're using regular paper, you might want to put the point first before you start, and then you can find it more easily. The kind of paper I have is a little thicker, so you can see or even feel the point. And I'm going to adjust the compass back to the original size of the first circle. And I'll kind of trace it to make sure it's right. Taking that point now, I'm going to put it on the middle spot we found, where the middle touches the circle. And I'm going to do the same thing we did. I'm going to make a mark, go to the other side, make a mark, go to that mark I made and repeat it, and do that all the way around. So now we have 12 even markings, like a clock or like a zodiac, and we're going to take our ruler and we're going to connect the ones that are opposite. I typically put my pencil on the point first, and it makes it much more accurate. It guarantees I'm really finding that point. Sometimes a ruler will make it look like you found the spot, but you really didn't. And I could turn my paper and do that. You're going to end up making 6 lines. And these lines will eventually be erased. Sometimes people, they will use black marker to start their mandala, or they'll use pencil first and then go over it with black pen or any color. I think think as we're first learning, sometimes it's good to use pencil all the way around as you make your patterns, and then you can go over it in pen. You know, and it does take some practice. I was not consider myself very artistic, and you do notice as you work at it, you get better at drawing the patterns. So the next thing we want is to create a few layers, and really the size of the space is up to you. Maybe we close the compass and want to draw a little space like that. Maybe we want to open it just a little bit so we can draw some patterns that are smaller. If you wanted to, you could have an even amount. We can change it and make it larger. And if we wanted more guidelines, let's say we wanted to go through here, we could repeat the process. So this is a basic 12-sided mandala setup. And now we can, again, create repeating patterns around here. I'll give you a quick example, albeit it's not going to be great. Maybe I'll do little petals, and I'm going to repeat that all the way around. Maybe I'll put a line in between it with a dot. And so you repeat a pattern typically all the way around. But like I was saying, if we want to make more lines, maybe you want to make each side more even, we can repeat the process of cutting a line in half. And we can take the compass, go past the middle, make an arc, and we'll have to do this 2 times actually. And we can line up our ruler, and we can find our middle spot again. But we're going to have to do this on the other side because remember 6 circles will fit around a circle. So since we have 12, we're going to need to do 1 set of 6 starting here and 1 set of 6 starting there. So now that we found the middle here, we can take our compass and once again readjust it to the original size of the circle and put our compass here where we found the middle. Swing it around, make your markings, go to that spot, make a marking, and it'll go around 6 times. And then now go to the other spot we found and it'll complete the other 6. So by then you'll have 12 lines instead of 6. And it just depends if you want the extra guidelines as you're creating your repeating pattern. I think sometimes I like more guidelines because, as I said, I'm not very good at replicating a pattern, so the more guidelines I have to help me make them look even, the better. And of course, you typically want to be very careful with your compass and your ruler when you're making these with demonstrations and videos. Sometimes we'll go pretty fast just because we're trying to show you what it looks like. So this again just creates the grid for us. I mean, this spot right here, maybe I want to create a repeating pattern with the spiral on both sides and then close it. And again, it's a good way to have more guidelines to help you make them even. Now, sometimes I'll even make more guidelines. So let's say I want all of them to only reach that spot. What I could do is draw another line here to say, okay, all of them should touch at that spot. So those are some ideas for how to set it up. Hopefully you enjoy doing this and making your mandalas. And so I've started to get my design done here. Like we said, these guidelines help us to make relatively even patterns around. And the fun is trying to decide what pattern to go next. So hopefully you enjoy setting up your mandala and creating new patterns. Have a good time.